What's going on, guys? It's Dalton from Clueless Entertainment, and today we have a new thing that we've never had on the channel before, and that is a face cam in one of our videos. So I went out and purchased a webcam, as I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and hopefully I'll be featuring my face, or my face cam, if you will, in most of the World of Tanks videos from this point forward. And we may even expand our face cams into some of our Daisy videos and other things, just depends on how it goes, but I feel like for World of Tanks at least, it does the viewers some good to see the facial expressions of the person who's doing the commentary over the video. I think that it gets the point across a little bit better than just hearing the voice. So I enjoy it. It is kind of weird to think about putting my face out there, and but I mean, other than that, I think it's a pretty good choice, and I'll warm up to it eventually. So what's this gameplay? Well, this is a gameplay in the new Tier 8 premium tank, the Rheinmetall Skorpian, and I actually haven't picked this up yet, but I definitely will be. This was actually, I was playing it on rental here, and I picked up an ace tanker. Don't remember exactly how much damage I did. Of course, we'll take a look at the post-battle stats after the game is over, but I pick up an ace tanker, and I pretty much carry the team here, and this is pretty much just a video to display how ridiculously overpowered this tank is. I really can't believe that they're putting this out there. It's a Tier 8 premium German tank destroyer. It's built on the chassis of the Panther, so it's extremely fast. You can see its top speed is 60 kilometers an hour. It has absolutely no trouble getting there. It's very comparable to the existing Tier 8 premium German tank destroyer, the kind of sneakier variant, the Borsig. And the Borsig definitely is not even close to as fast as this thing. And this thing's camo rating is very comparable with the Borsig's as well as its gun. So honestly, in most aspects, I would say that the Skorpian is superior to the Borsig in almost every single way. It gets a 128mm cannon with 248 millimeters of penetration on its standard AP rounds, which is insane. If this thing meets Tier 10s, it really doesn't even need APCR rounds. As you can see, I don't even carry any on it. For one, it's a rental, and two, you just don't really need them. If you aim and hit weak spots, which you can with this gun, I believe it has 0.31 accuracy, and with 100% crew, you can get that down into the 2s. I think you can get it down to 2.8 or possibly 2.9. I think that in this, I have it down to 0.3. So, well, it should be a little bit higher than that, probably, or a little bit lower, probably 2.9 or 2.8. So this thing is, I mean, there's really not any flaws with this vehicle, and it also has a turret. So it's a Tier 8 German turreted tank destroyer that's incredibly sneaky, has an incredibly hard-hitting gun that's incredibly accurate. You can see I pretty much snapshotted the Waffenträger Panzer IV there. And it doesn't have too bad of a reload, only 12 seconds. Its alpha damage is 490. That's completely fine. Its DPM is still plenty high enough. Often you roll up into the 500s with this thing. So, yeah, extremely sneaky, fast, fantastic gun. Probably one of the best performing high caliber guns at Tier 8 in the game. It's just ridiculously accurate. And yeah, really, it has a turret, so that makes it even more versatile. The only thing that's not great about it is its armor. I believe it gets 30 millimeters. I'm not sure exactly how much it gets on the front, so that's pretty bad. Anything even shoots a high explosive shell in the vicinity, it's gonna mess you up pretty bad. So here we're kind of dueling the T-54 Mod 1. And he missed his first shot, thank God. He did 2 damage to us in a ram there. I don't know why he's not shooting me. Maybe someone damaged his ammo rack or something. I didn't think he would still be there. We kind of had a fight with him at the beginning there of the beginning of the match. He took a shot at me and missed. But yeah, we got 2 shots into him. I believe he was on full health. Someone else may have shot him as well. But we pretty much demolished him. And we're going to go ahead and pick up the kill on him there. And yeah, we take a huge shell from the T-30 that fortunately our tracks eat. That would have hurt. That would have reduced us to probably around the 100 hit point area if that would have went into our tank there. And so I decided, you know what, let's get out of there. So we're actually pretty well ahead here. It's 9-4, we're winning. But our heavies did lose the corner down there, and their heavies are pushing through. So I decided, let's cut across and see if we can get some flanking shots into these guys. But this video is really to just get the point across to how OP I think this thing is. And if you have the cash you definitely should pick it up. We've already seen what it can do to equal-tiered opponents there, like we did to the T-54 Mod 1. Granted, he wasn't the best player. He missed his first shot on us, and I don't know what he was really doing. He didn't play that situation the best, but we were able to completely demolish him with pretty much 3 shells, and that's not fun whenever you're, whenever you're an equal-tier tank and this thing is just constantly putting those 128mm holes into your tank. So the damage adds up very quick on this thing, and even tier 9 tanks such as this VK, they have a really hard time dealing with this thing's gun, or I guess this thing's gun doesn't have a very hard time dealing with tanks like the VK. But here we're going to demonstrate pretty much the mobility of this thing. Now the VK, he plays this really well. He doesn't really have a choice. If he sits back there, I'm just gonna poke and try to get him to make a mistake and see if I can get a shot into him. And our T-71, who me and him were kind of collaborating during this moment, he plays this amazing. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to have gotten this done here. But you can see the VK's charging around. This is exactly what he should be doing. He can't afford to be sitting back. Alternatively, he could have went and helped the T-10. But I also can't afford to let the VK put a shot into me here just because of the sheer hit point disadvantage I'm at. He has 1,800 hit points. I've only got 907. As you can see, the T-71 takes a shot from him there, but he distracts the VK and allows me to put a shot into his turret. Now he's got his rear armor, and so he's putting shells into him. Gets 2 in. The VK gets around. The T-71 tracks him, but the VK puts his tracks back on with his repair kit there. And I thought he was going to come around, so I was getting ready, but he's smarter than that, and he stops. And he kind of does this weird side scraping thing. And again, the T-71's going to go around and distract him and allow me to put another shell into the side of his turret here. If I was in the VK's position, I probably would have just came around the corner and just kind of went for it. Oh, the WZ-132 takes a shell there. We put a nice shell into the side of the VK's turret. Now the T-71's got his side. He's going to finish him off. Actually, the WZ finished him off there. So yeah, that was really good teamwork with our light tanks there. We pretty much we did over 1,000 damage to that VK. It looks like how much? Oh no, we did 982, so almost 1,000 damage. Here's the T-10. He's got 178 health. I know we need to take this guy out. As you can see, the enemy tanks have fought valiantly. They pulled the scores back to 12-10, and we're actually in risk of losing this here. Bounce a shot off the side of the T-10's turret. It was probably angled just perfectly there to bounce that shot. Normally that shot would have went in. The T-10's going to try to come around and kill the T-71. I'm almost reloaded here. We finally get another shell in, but unfortunately the T-10 takes out the T-71, and he pulls back just in time before I can put the shell in. And so now it's basically me and a WZ-131 and 2 artillery versus a T-10, a T-30, well, one less T-10. So now it's a T-30 and the Batchat Tier 9 artillery, the 155-58 I believe is what it's called. Let's check. Yeah, oh, 155-55. The 155-58 is the Tier 10 I believe. So yeah, we're still in a very tricky situation here. So here comes the T-30, shoots the building, which is really weird. There was no way that was ever going to hit me. I don't know why he took that shot. But yeah, we could still very easily lose this. So I tried to snipe his weak hatch, or his weak point, the hatch on top there. I missed it, almost went in. As you can see, this thing is extremely accurate, so you can afford to take shots like that. Sometimes they do pay off. I was really worried about the T-30 charging me here, because if he loads high explosive, and I'm pretty sure he did, he does stand a chance of one-shotting me. Right there, he puts one straight into the ground. That actually didn't look like it was high explosive, so I'm going to try to put another one in, but this thing's gun depression isn't the best over the sides and the rear of the tank, so I wasn't able to put that in there. The WZ comes around, makes a good play, distracts the T-30. I probably could have pushed forward and put a shell into the T-30, but right now I'm worried about that Batchat, because if that Batchat hits me, it's going to pin me and it's going to kill me. And the T-30 unfortunately takes out the WZ. I know he just shot, so I go ahead and sneak a shell into the side of his tank there. Now I'm really worried about the artillery. I figured he was just charging straight up, but I didn't spot him, so there's a chance he's still sitting back. And there he is. The M12 on our team spotted him, and I know that I got to take this guy out of the fight here. So I come around, and we find his tank and one-shot him. The T-30 thankfully misses us. Once again, if that would have been a high explosive shell and the T-30 would have hit the side of our tank, it probably would have killed us in one shot. So we're going to come around the corner here. catch the T-30 in the side, put a shell in, and that ends the game. So 3,402 damage in a tier 9 match in the Rheinmetall Skorpian. 5 kills, that is an ace tanker. Let's go ahead and take a look at the post-game stats for that one. Alright guys, so we really didn't pick up a whole lot of medals or ribbons there. I just kind of wanted to display this, this replay because I thought that it was kind of a good testament to how OP the Skorpion can be. The way that we were kind of working around that rock with the VK, then again it is a VK, so he's not very fast, but you just really got to see the accuracy of the gun, the kind of shots it can pull off, its rate of fire, its alpha damage, and its mobility. We didn't really showcase its camouflage all that much, but trust me, this thing is very sneaky, and it will be putting shots into you when you least expect it. So, obviously, as I already stated, we got the ace tanker, we got a duelist, a fighter, and a fire for effect. This thing is also a premium, so it makes fantastic credits, especially when you're doing that much damage. Without a premium account, we made 49,000 credits profit. If we would have had a premium account, we would have made 82,000 credits profit. That's crazy. I don't really have a tank in my garage that I can make this kind of profit with unless I have an absolutely ridiculous game, and probably the CDC is the only one that this even, or that would even come close to being comparable with this thing. So we led the team in damage, obviously. But we didn't finish top on the team, actually. It looked like the M12 did, which is really weird. He must have done a lot of spotting damage at the end or something. I'm not really sure. But we led the team in damage, 3,402. Their VK and their T10 both played ridiculously awesome games, and we kind of snatched that out from underneath them there. So, but yeah, like I said, it's not really the greatest display of an ace in this Skorpion. There are people who have had ridiculous, and I mean ridiculously good games in this, but yeah, it's an ace tanker nonetheless. You easily can get up into probably the 6,000 to 7,000 damage range in this thing. I mean, it does 500 damage a shot basically, so it adds up pretty quickly. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed the face cam. It's a new feature. Not very many people are probably going to watch this, but for those of you that do, hope you enjoyed it. And I'm working on doing a couple of tank reviews now that I've got the face cam. That's something that I definitely wanted to include with a face cam. I didn't want to do tank reviews without a face cam. I didn't think that it would kind of capture the essence of what I'm trying to say, or the point that I'm trying to get across. So I think the first one I'm going to do is probably going to be the Challenger. It's this it's the tier 7 British tank de shore I've been playing here lately, trying to grind for the Charioteer. There's not very many Challenger reviews. There's a few, but none of them are like really huge YouTubers like Jingles or Quickie Baby. Neither one of them have reviewed it, so I think that I should probably review it. It'll be kind of a new review, and maybe it'll get some views, maybe it'll get some attention. Who really knows? But regardless, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Or I hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of late, I'm tired. And as always, we'll see you next time.